Students should pursue research because it really will augment their education. You can go to classes and you can take your exams, but when it comes time for you to apply to residency, we're going to want to look for something beyond that. In my experience as a program director, I wanted to see that someone is committed to the field, that shows passion for what they're doing, and research is an avenue to do that. It shows that you can meet deadlines, that you can work well with other people, and then it demonstrates a commitment to something beyond just going to class. We're fortunate at Indiana University to have such a large body of faculty to gain on their experiences. We're an innovative medical school with a lot of people that are pushing the boundaries of what we can do. And so there are a lot of opportunities for medical students. There are formal programs such as IMPRS and scholarly concentrations, but there are even opportunities to just interact with faculty one-on-one to develop these connections between a mentor and a student to see how they think about problems and how they are trying to create innovative solutions for complicated conditions. IMPRS is a selective program that medical students can do between their first and second years. You get to look to see what faculty are working on and you apply. And if selected, it can be a 10-week opportunity over the summer. It does provide a stipend for you to further this. And you also will end up with a scholarly product where you can present it at an IMPRS Education Day. Scholarly concentrations leverage the expertise and resources at the different campuses. So you can find a scholarly concentration that aligns with what you're interested in. You'll be paired up with a mentor and work on a project, in addition to taking classes that furthers your education in that field. There's no weights in terms of scholarly concentration. I will say that scholarly concentrations are a point of pride of our medical school because it does provide avenues for students to explore their passion. So that is one that if you're interested in a certain discipline, take advantage of those opportunities. IMPRS gives you a chance, if you have the time and are able to contribute between your first and second year, that you can absolutely do that in a field that you're interested in. Community engaged research is actually one that people may not think as research on the front end, but if you think about it, is allowing a student to really kind of develop their passion towards something and work towards a goal, but have something productive at the end of it. We've had students that have volunteered at different places, from food pantries to shelters across the state, and they develop deep connections with the mission and the people that they're working with, and they can actually turn that into scholarly output. So that is a form of research. The school also has connections with some national opportunities at the NIH for those that have some background in research and maybe they want a little bit more than what the school has to offer. There is an infrastructure in place for students to explore those options. In terms of the different programs that are available, there's not one that supersedes the other. They are all there to really help students kind of find their academic niche. And when we think about the endpoint when students become residents, when they're going through the process of applying for residency, they want to be able to speak on something that they've contributed to, that they're passionate about. So any of those options are viable for them to do that. Students should follow their interest and their passion. If they're interested in a certain discipline or working with a mentor, that'll drive them towards certain scholarly concentrations as well as IMPRS projects. But if you're committed to working with your community and getting engaged in that aspect, community engaged research is a wonderful opportunity. You should be driven by a genuine curiosity. When a student is truly interested in the subject matter, we will teach the skills on how to do basic research, to get involved, meet deadlines and have a scholarly product at the end of it. But ultimately, your curiosity and your interest should drive what you are selecting. And that goes the same for when you're just picking research projects. It goes beyond saying, I just want to get involved with the research for my application, but like what truly motivates you? That's where community engaged research is very helpful. Many students are highly motivated to contribute to their community, to get involved with programs. Perhaps they've been exposed to it in the past with volunteering. That is certainly an opportunity. In terms of specialties, they don't necessarily look at, what that program is, but they are looking for something. So what are you contributing beyond just the classroom? Depending on what specialty you apply for residency, they have different criteria and what they look for in an application. And some really value the quality and quantity of research that you have on your application. And our goal is not to have everybody have the most research in the world, but rather have every student have something meaningful in their application. A program director is looking up your name and seeing your transcript. They know a little bit more. You're three-dimensional because it shows that you're interested, it shows your passion, and it also provides a program director something to ask you about on the interview trail. You can go beyond just your application. Like, these are truly my interests. There are certainly specialties where research is a bigger component of your application process. When we think about competitiveness, specialties like orthopedic surgery and dermatology, it's very important that you have research on there. A fair analogy to this is, when you're applying to undergraduate or even applying to medical school, you submit a transcript that's more than just your scores and your grades, but what are your extracurriculars? And so research is an avenue to do that. And no matter which program you pick, whether that's a scholarly concentration, IMPRS, or research with a faculty member, if you're contributing meaningfully, that will come out during the application process. Students should always start with the resources that we've developed at the school, and we tried to make this as easy as possible with our website. That website will allow you to look at what the internal opportunities are, such as scholarly concentrations, IMPRS programs, and community engaged research. It also showcases some of those external programs that you can apply to, but it even will allow you to look up a database that has a listing of willing faculty that are willing to mentor a student across the state. So no matter whether you're in Indianapolis or Muncie or Northwest, you can look up by either a faculty, location, or even keywords for their specialty to kind of generate interest. And then it's up to you to make the connections. You would email the faculty mentor and then get paired up with a project. I think medical students at Indiana University are very fortunate because we have a lot of resources at their disposal. We can help connect students with faculty mentors. We actually have a great library to help support the writing, the publication, and the presenting of research. And I just think research is a core component of a student's growth and their journey, getting them prepared for the next phase of their life, which is residency.